Today, I sadly did take a loss trading, and it's all part of the game. And I think there's a major misconception that taking losses is something that should be feared and it's not okay. But if you look at history, some of our greatest leaders have taken massive losses. And I'm going to go into the trade that I took that was a losing trade. And I'm also going to go into the psychology. If you guys are looking for one-on-one mentorship, I did open 5 spots for the month of April. The only way to apply for my mentorship is by clicking the link in the description and booking a call. Now guys, let's get into this video and let's see where I messed up. So today I was trading the NASDAQ or NQ. And this was the exact setup that I took. Let me zoom in for you guys to get a better understanding on exactly what I did. So with my strategy, I am trading indices like the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, the S&P 500. For all my futures traders, it's NQ for the NASDAQ, ES for the S&P 500, and YM for the Dow Jones. Now, I feel like taking losses is frowned upon. And I'm going to go into the psychology, but first let's kind of break down this trade and what I saw. So it was a little bit choppy today. I did not risk a lot. And when you guys are trading, it's very important to be able to identify your levels of confidence. How confident are you as a trader when you are looking at these markets? Are you feeling high levels of confidence or low levels of confidence? And the way that I perceive it is if I'm feeling low levels of confidence, but my setup is there, I'm probably going to risk 0.5%, maybe 1%, but I'm not going to risk a lot of my account. Versus if I'm looking at the markets and I'm feeling very, very high levels of confidence, I'll risk a little bit more. 1%, 2%, 3%. It's all dependent upon how confident I'm feeling in the markets. So right off the bat, when I was looking at the markets, I knew that there was a lot of uncertainty in the economy and that we may see a little bit of a little choppy market today. And that's exactly what we saw. The candles were a little bit bigger than usual, really wicky. We did have some news that came out at 5:30 a.m. I think we had PPI today. Yes, or CPI. Yeah, we had CPI today. Tomorrow is PPI, so keep your eyes out for that. But right off the bat, I was like, okay, I'm not feeling high levels of confidence. I'm most likely not going to risk too much. And when I was trading, I trade between the hours of 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. EST. Get that down, and you guys can go to this little time zone right here and set it to UTC4, New York, so you're in alignment with that exact time that we trade. So you guys can see I pulled up to the markets right here. 9:58, I saw this fair value gap form right here. And this was a little bit skinnier of a fair value gap. I like my fair value gaps to have size, just like my ladies. Guys, don't take that wrong, okay? You're going to misconstrue it. I'm freaking joking, okay? So I saw this fair value gap. And when I was looking at this, I was like, okay, this could be a nice potential setup. So when I was looking at the markets, it was right here at this time. And I saw this fair value gap form right here. So I was like, all right, perfect. I'm right here at 10 a.m. Right as soon as I show up at my charts, I already see that we have a break of structure. Notice how this candle, the body, is closing lower than this wick right here, this previous low. So I was like, dude, we have confirmation. Price is already breaking lower than it previously did. This thing is going to come into this fair value gap and tank to the downside perfectly. So I set up my trade and I did exactly what I needed to do. Now my entry was a little bit off from the fair value gap. That's what happens when you click the button and it doesn't enter you in exactly when you want it to. But overall, I got into the trade at a pretty nice entry. This trade was setting up for a 2.5 risk to reward ratio. So my TP was 2.5 times bigger than my stop loss, which is crucial when you guys are going into trades to have proper risk management and proper risk to reward ratio. So when you do occur and have a loss like this, all you need is 1 or 2 good trades to make back those losses plus a lot of profit on top. So that's how I had my trade set up. We can see the playback right here. It came in, wicked right into it. Immediately I was in profit. This trade was looking good. I thought it was going to hit my TP within a couple of minutes. Then it kept coming up and doing this stuff. It came into the fair value gap again. I was like, oh, we're good. It's just going to hit it one more time and then it's going to tank. So that's where I had my previous low marked up right here. Was expecting price to come down. And this next part that I'm going to tell you guys right here is very, 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 very important. Right here on this next candle, I want you guys to notice how this candle, the body of the candle did not close lower than this previous wick right here. The wicks do the damage, the bodies tell the story. So once I saw that this body wasn't closing lower than this low right here, I was getting a little discouraged, and I was watching this trade today. Usually I just set alerts and I go about my day, but today I kind of wanted to watch this trade to see what was going to happen. Once I saw that the body of this candle did not close lower than here, I kind of got discouraged, I'm not going to lie. And I wasn't getting emotional, it's just I was very observant of the trade that I was in, and I was looking for key determining factors that was going to tell me it was going to push down lower or it's going to push up. What happened next? We saw a massive green candle come out, and I got even more discouraged. I was like, okay, I could get emotional and I could close this trade prematurely, but when I'm trading, I am letting my trade hit my stop loss or my take profit. I do not close my trades prematurely anymore. What happened? As time goes on, it comes down and fails to break right here, and once I saw that this wick did not even test this wick right here, I was like, okay, I think this trade's going to go and hit my stop loss. I told it to my whole community when we were live trading. If you guys want to join that, you can get 7 days for free. There's a link in my description for that. And eventually it went up and hit my stops right here on this candle. It didn't fully hit my stops, but then it came up and hit my stops right here. So as I was in this trade, I knew that it was choppy right off the bat. I knew that, hey, if I go into this trade, I may take a loss. And I would regard all of you at that professional point, because you have to become the person before the result comes. So you should already be identifying as a professional trader, a disciplined trader. A lot of traders, when they go into the market and they have these losing trades, they get very discouraged and they start to behave in a different manner. They start to revenge trade. They do all these things that are only going to jeopardize their success even more. Day trading is not everyday trading. And a lot of you think that you should be trading every second of every single day, which is wrong. You should be able to identify what your setup looks like. And if the setup is there, you take a trade. You use proper risk management. You look to find a trade that has a good risk to reward ratio. I feel like too many traders are focused on the short term. They have some chaos going on in their life. They're in a financial bind and they think, hey, trading is going to get me out of this financial situation. But if you are not mentally prepared and you do not have the proper mindset behind you to be able to handle your emotions and have emotional control and self-discipline, you're not going to do very good at trading. You should just go to your nearest casino or start betting online, because you're going to have better luck there. You guys understand how much work it requires for you to really be successful in this industry? It's not like you look at the charts and you find a strategy. Why do you think that cliche saying that everyone says trading is 90% psychological and 10% technical? It's not some facade, something that's not real. It's the truth. Too many of you don't understand that your everyday habits and the person that you are currently is going to reflect in your trading. Dude, you're not disciplined in your fucking eating. You eat shit every single day. You're not disciplined in going to the gym. You do what's easy, and if you do go to the gym, you're not pushing yourself to your sweating. You're not hitting the sauna for 20 minutes. You're cutting yourself short by going in for 10 minutes. Your everyday habits are reflected upon in your trading. So if you do not like your trading results that you're getting right now, hey, it's not where you are right now, it's where you're going. It just shows that you need to do some work on yourself. You need to go harder. And so many people frown upon self-development and working on themselves because it's hard. I don't want to do what's hard. I want to do what's easy. And there's that quote that says you can live an easy life now and a hard life later, or you can live a hard life now and an easy life later. The question is, how bad do you really want it? Because there's people like me that are going to outwork the lazy people like some of you watching this video, and you're going to get freaking lapped on. Dude, we're going to keep lapping you. Why do you think I'm doing $70,000 a month now trading, and some of you are stuck making no money? If anything, you're losing money. You're blowing accounts. You can't pass a profit from account. It's a reflection of who you are. Stop blaming the markets. Stop blaming your previous mentors. Stop blaming that course, the guru. Look in the goddamn mirror and take responsibility for your own actions. And I'm sorry if what I'm saying offends some of you, but it's meant for you. Some of you need someone like me to tell you the brutal, honest truth. Whether you want to hear it or not, this is what you need to hear. It's not about me being soft anymore. Like, some of you need to wake up and understand that you have gold in your hands. But this isn't like real estate where, hey, I buy a property, I pay people to fix up the home, and I sell the home for a bigger profit. Trading is not like your average industry or average job where you do the work and you get the result. It's dependent upon your work ethic, who you are as a human being. And if you're too fucking lazy to put in the work and do what's needed, stop trading right now. Because I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be fucking hard. And it's gonna get to a point where you get to a tipping point where you can't take it anymore. And that's what happens with so many people. They come into the trading industry, they see somebody else's results, and they think, wait, that person has a Lamborghini, so I can get a Lamborghini as well. Okay, let's do this. It's gonna work. But they're failing to understand the pain and the misery and the suffering that that person had to go through on an everyday basis without seeing a result for years. I talk to some people that want to join my mentorship, and that's why I tell them. That's why I tell you guys, book a call. I want to know who the fuck I'm working with. I'm not going to work with some sloppy person who doesn't work on themselves. They don't take care of their own bodies. Hell no. You're going to be difficult. You're going to be a pain in the ass to work with. Stay away from me. Do not book a call. But I was talking to someone the other day. I was like, hey, I can pretty much get you to $10,000 a month from trading in the next couple of months. I'm like, how many months? I was like, honestly, like 3 to 6. I'm like, no, that's too long. I can't do it. I was like, that's why you're going to fail. You don't understand that it takes time and energy and consistent focus to see a result, and that's within any industry. I'm giving you guys the game, the sauce, the gems, the motivation that you need to reach the new levels. So if this hurts your feelings, maybe you shouldn't watch my videos anymore, and you should go watch some soft-ass motherfucker on the internet that will tell you the little bullshit that doesn't work. Or you could have the real sauce given to you, what actually has been working in my life.
Not a lot of people made it to the end of the video, but you did. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Also, comment below. I want to know who you guys are and how I can help you guys out with your trading. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping weekly videos every single week on trading to help you guys out. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.